then it sets up that rematch with Washington that, again, ever since that evening in Seattle after October 14th, we really wanted to see this. Well, guess what? We only have to wait another 6 days until we get to see the Huskies and Ducks run it back one more time, this time on a neutral site. And Kenny, I looked at hotel prices because I booked it for Cam and I, because I guess you can add to me as a travel agent. We'll get you one. If you want a king bed or double, just let me know.
I appreciate that. That is tremendous work by you. Above and beyond.
Speaking of the rematch, we have to fly very early, but you were there for that first game with Washington. You get to drive to that game. You'll be flying this time. It hopefully will be a little warmer, but kind of your initial thoughts on the game then and game 2 between the Ducks and Dawgs.
I just think it was one of those things where it was such a coin flip, right? And it was early on in the season. Now they've played 12 games. I think they were both 6-0 going into that game. So you've kind of seen what's happened since, and I just think that the Ducks have really fine-tuned everything. You'll take a look back at these highlights. It was obviously one of the best games in the country this season. Two talented teams. I mean, you got, the wide receiver duo, Romo Dunze going up against Troy Franklin. You got Penix and Nix. Stars really on all sides of the field. It was a great one then. It's going to be a great one on Friday, but I just think, again, not playing it at Husky Stadium is going to be a benefit, obviously, for the Ducks. And you've seen how the Ducks have played a little bit better since that game. Washington struggled with Washington State in the Apple Cup. I know it's a rivalry game, but still, you've just kind of seen that the Ducks have been trending up. Huskies have kind of flatlined a little bit since that game.
Yeah, their season's really diverged. So since, Dylan Johnson, 20 carries, 100 yards, the UW running back, we know the receivers are going to have a big game, but what does Johnson really bring to the Huskies offense that the Ducks need to watch out for?
Well, I think he's going to open up that offense too. I mean, you know this better than I do. The play action could potentially obviously work in their favor. We know Odunze is going to get his touches, but Kyrie Jackson's going to have to do his best along with Evan Williams and that safety help to try to limit Odunze as best they can. And I just think that the Ducks played a really, really good game. It just came down to a couple things here. They forced some turnovers. They were just, of course, unable to complete some of those fourth down passes. The defense has been playing better. You mentioned, too, the defensive line for the Ducks has been great. They're fresh, and I think that's something that's really important. Oregon's had the chance that they didn't really play a tough game yesterday. They got to sit a lot of guys against Arizona State the week before. They get an extra day compared to the Huskies, and I just think the Huskies have, I think the nickname was Bloody November, where they played USC, Oregon State, Utah, and then this Apple Cup, too. So they've had a very, very tough November. The Ducks kind of had their tough October. So when you get to this point in the season, 12 games into the season, the fresher team always has the chance, and I'm pretty sure we know the games being played in Vegas. I think Kenny looked at it early. What'd you say, 9.5 is the?
9.5 is the line
Ducks
right
are
now.
It actually went up a little bit today. The Ducks opened as a 7-point favorite, and since Washington and Washington State, the Apple Cup, it's gone up a couple points.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I don't. I'm really curious to see what the rankings are going to come out on Tuesday with Ohio State moving, or losing, I should say. So, I don't know, 3-5 matchup potentially we could see. And don't worry, Kenny, as soon as I get off the desk again, I'll go look and I'll see what I can get for you.